Hello again, everybody. I'm Bill McDermott alongside his Ty Keel. We'll be calling the action for you this evening. And a big addition for the St. Louis Ambush, Ty, the presence of number 8, Jeff DiMaria.
Bill, it's 12, 13, 14. We're looking for some momentum.
That's good.
Momentum for the Ambush here, and I think with the experience of Jeff DiMaria, a guy that can lead from the back, a guy can get into the attack from his back position, I think he's going to be a stabilizing force here for the Ambush. I don't want to call the Ambush desperate, but you got to start winning your home games.
Positively.
And this is a big chance for them tonight on 12, 13, 14.
The Stars they're going to line up in some capacity. We didn't know what. But as Ty just mentioned, Jeff DiMaria, a nice addition, a splendid addition. But as Ty also mentioned so accurately, you play 20 games. You're a 1-4. You're a quarter finished with your season already, and it is imperative you get points. But in particular, Ty, you've got to win your home games.
No, there's a decent atmosphere here tonight. I think the people are ready to see an Ambush team that is maturing, in my opinion. I saw them 2 weeks ago here against Milwaukee. Milwaukee, a quality, established team that really have a true team system. And the Ambush lose by a similar score that they did to the home opener against the same team. But the Ambush is showing more and more that they're more sophisticated in terms of possession. They're not giving up possession in their own half of the field. They're creating more chances, and I think it's just a few missing pieces like a Jeff DiMaria that could turn it and make this team at least a very competitive team on their home field.
This is Greg Crook. We're looking at the starting goalkeeper for the St. Louis Ambush. He's played every minute of every game with the lone exception of, just over 7 minutes. 7 minutes, 7 seconds to be exact. When he's not in goal, when the Ambush brings on another attacker, it's Chris Manley, usually with that chore. There's the opposite side goalkeeper. That's Matteo Zani in for the injured Vito Lonegro tonight. So it is the Detroit Waza Flo. The Detroit Waza Flo. You heard me. It's a Japanese word, Waza is, for great technique, good technique. And it's also a Swahili word for to think clearly. Now, we are underway at the Family Arena. Another home game for the St. Louis Ambush against the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. Ambush tonight in their entire black uniform. At halftime, the Ambush will be honoring the 1994-1995 NPSL Championship. Owner Abe Hawatma. Hopefully we'll see him later this evening.
Well, you were talking about the goalkeeper for the Ambush, Greg Crook. He's been steady. I think he's been an important thing to build on, a guy that makes the important saves.
Now the Waza Flo in possession, deep inside the Ambush end, cleared by the goalkeeper. Ty just mentioned his name, Greg Crook. This is Stefan Sonnewy. Can he run into this and keep it? Yes, he does. He turns on that last defender. Deep in towards a corner flag at the right wing. That shot blocked by Matteo Zani. Stefan Sonnewy still in possession. Chad Vandergriff leaves it for his goalkeeper, the aforementioned Greg Crook. Daryl Duran told me he'd like to run this team up and down the floor a bit. If it's not on, we're going to keep it and make them play a little bit. Ambush with an excellent opportunity. Shot just wide by Elvir Kafedzic. As you mentioned, Ty, the Ambush doing a much better job of keeping the ball now in the defensive end of the Detroit Waza Flo. Here's Kafedzic. Broke out a momentarily by Drew Ducker. On the shot just wide. Struck by number 4, Corey Adamson, who will never hesitate to have a go coming up into the backfield. The Waza Flo in possession now. They try to get forward. This is number 6, Nick Jokai. Still in possession. The Waza Flo turn. They go at the Ambush defense. Richard Schmeerman defending. Deflected off him towards Chad Vandergriff. Picked out very cleanly by the goalkeeper, Greg Crook. He is a commanding, really calm presence for the Ambush in the backfield.
Well, Greg Crook can really settle things down and make saves, and he's good with his feet, which is obviously more and more critical in all levels of soccer, probably more so in the arena soccer, indoor soccer.
We never knew if Slobo was good with his feet or not. He was always running out into the field of play.
Well, he could chip. I'll tell you what, Slobo's right foot, his ability to chip the ball and place long passes was as good as anyone of the field players on the Steamer.
He could find people.
Yeah.
That was Jeff DiMaria. Now it's Chad Vandergriff just outside his own center circle. Well off his goal line is Greg Crook. We continue to talk about him. He will send balls as long as possible. That's number 30, AJ Joab from Sweden. Detroit whistled up for the foul. Be a free kick for the St. Louis Ambush. 12:28 remaining in the first quarter. Ambush coming into this game 1-4 in the 5 games played. They're in the Central Division, which is led by the Missouri Comets, 7-0, and Daryl Durant told me that without question, Ty, they are the best team in their division.
Could be the class of the league.
This is number 28. Erwin Cruz running onto it. Bit too long to the goalkeeper, Greg Crook. Good ball on the ground to the middle of play.
Yeah, Chris Mattingly's been steady at the back. He made a good steal there just a moment ago, and Ambush have possession along that far side. Get a call called in their favor. And the Caribbean connection for the Ambush. Very entertaining to watch. You see number 10, San Luis. He's physical. He's a forward that goes right at the defenders and muscles them.
Mattingly now. This is Ross McGregor. Gerald Durant would like to see him get more actively involved in the offense.
Ross McGregor, the Peter Crouch of the St. Louis Ambush.
He's from Brighton, England. Played for Leeds United at one time and York City, both their academy teams. Indoor with Piasaw last year.
Yeah, for as rangy and lanky as he is, he's very technical, and he is good coming forward as well.
Very good with the ball at his feet. There's number 77, Ross McGregor. O'Dane Sinclair in deep, looking to try to turn. This is the goalkeeper, Matteo Zani. On the clearance for Nick Jokai. Breaks loose and it goes to Corey Adamson. This is Richard Schmearman inside the center circle for his goalkeeper, Greg Crook. 11:13 remaining in the first quarter at the Family Arena. St. Louis Ambush indoor soccer against the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. I'm Bill McDermott alongside his Ty Keogh. This is O'Dane Sinclair battling on a 4-post boards for Di Maria. Just keep the ball, play it, start it over. Daryl Durant also said they may do that. If it's not on to go forward, knock it back, keep it. Long ball deep into the offensive area of the Waza Flo. Chad Vandergrift tried to get forward. This is Di Maria for Corey Adamson. Ambush just content to keep it now. Likewise, they do the same thing they did in the prior play. Di Maria for his goalkeeper. This is Jeff Di Maria, his first game in the 2014-2015 season. 6-year indoor veteran. Left-footed blast coming in for number 16, David Paul, yet another new player for the St. Louis Ambush. And this is David Paul. I just mentioned his name. Harold Durant wants him to get forward, get into the attack from his midfield slot. Long ball for Zach Bowman from the Waza Flo. Greg Crook again with no difficulty with that. Leaves it for Richard Schmearman. This is Chad Vandergrift.
Yeah, Greg Crook taking charge. It's important communication with the players in front of him.
He sees everything. It's a real simple, leave it, I got it, I can play. Ross McGregor again. You talked about him earlier, Ty. Keeps the ball nicely. Vandergrift leaves it for his goalkeeper. This is Di Maria. Di Maria, a very active presence. Makes himself available for the ball, McGregor.
Well, you mentioned 6 seasons, but Jeff Di Maria, he's a seasoned pro.
Yeah.
It's not just 6 years as a pro in a similar level of competition, but collegiately he was a fantastic, intelligent player. Professionally outdoor, an excellent player as well.
Played in 2 national championships at the under-19 and under-23 level for St. Louis Scott Gallagher. That's the player coach. Kostya Deku going forward, the Romanian player, number 10. He's the player coach. Nick Jokai. Sam Fiora. Waza Flo, a bit better job now of keeping it. That's Stefan San Luis. And as you mentioned a moment ago, Ty does a good job of keeping the ball, wins a foul in the process.
San Luis from Trinidad and Tobago, a soca warrior. I like his bag of tricks. He's always coming up with innovative dribbles.
Yes. 8 goals, 7 assists last year for that tremendously talented Missouri Comets team. Played for the Michigan Bucks in the PDL League. Manny Forbes to Sinclair, just across the face. Adamson, just over the crossbar from Forbes. Good attacking, number 20. Manny Forbes started it all. He's back now defending at the tip of the penalty area arc. A.J. Loeb.
Sinclair may be too unselfish there.
He had an excellent opportunity
Yeah,
to get the first goal of the evening.
Yeah, but he went for the pass to the back post.
Here he is again at the near post corner flag. Oh, Corey Adamson! Off that pass from the boards off number 12's foot. O'Dane Sinclair, back the other way we go. With the Detroit Waza Flo in possession now. It's number 13, Drew Ducker. On the left flank is number 13, Ducker, waiting for someone to show. Good defending by Chad Vandergriff. Defends, plays the ball forward, doesn't foul. A.J. Loeb back to defend. Back and forth now between the ambush and the Detroit Waza Flo.
Well, you hope these missed opportunities don't come back to haunt the ambush, but just seeing the overall quality of play for this Detroit team, they don't have what the Milwaukee Wave
They
has.
do not.
No, so this is a good opportunity for the ambush, I think, to get a win at home. But they need to finish those chances.
Positively. When you're 2-1 with the last player, and that last player is a goalkeeper, you've got to capitalize.
Yep.
And by the way, Ty mentioned the Milwaukee Wave. The ambush has not won this year against the Wave. And fortunately, they don't see him anymore.
Yeah,
this year.
they got it out of the way. That's a good team.
Very early. On for the first time was Dominic Cicluna. Bit too far on the left flank for him. This is the player coach. Costa Adeku. The Detroit Waza Flo now just keeping the ball, a little more possession. Cicluna runs for it, tries to rebound it to himself off the near post boards. That doesn't happen, but it breaks loose for number 22, Daniel Martini Matos. And as you just pointed out, Ty, the visitors get on top because the home side ambush, they haven't been able to capitalize.
Ambush had the two best chances by far of the match and a couple of other good ones. Did not capitalize. Here they lose possession deep in their own end. And at any level, particularly better levels, you lose possession near your own goal, you're going to pay for it, and the ambush pay for it here. Good finish, actually, but ambush have possession here and stripped of the ball deep in their own end. Actually, well slotted, very accurate left-footed shot to get it past Crook, but you can't give a possession that easily, that close to your goal.
Not deep in your own end. So number 22, Daniel Martini Matos, he gets the visiting Detroit Waza Flo on top by a score of 1-0. Best seat in the house, and literally that is comfortable digs. Ambush next home game is on Sunday, the 28th of December, against the visiting San Diego Sockers. And you know, Ty Keel, all about the San Diego Sockers.
Well, what a tradition.
What a name.
Yeah. Well, both
American
outdoor
soccer.
and indoor.
Yes, exactly.
They became a dynasty indoor.
If any team had the overall concept of indoor soccer mastered, they did without any question.
Broncos Segota, Julie V, Steve Jungle, Hugo Perez, Fernando Clavijo. I mean, these guys, Zoltan Toth, Zoli the goalie.
All tremendously recognizable names in American soccer history. As a look at Stefan Saint-Louis. He has 6 points for the St. Louis Ambush. He leads in that department with 2 goals and 4 assists. And he's going to have to be much more active offensively, as is O'Dane Sinclair. That's not going to work. That's not going to work at any level.
That's like a CYC game.
You can't send the ball off to yourself. So 1-0, as you can see, 6:37 remaining. Lone goal of the contest, scored by number 22, Daniel Martini Matos. And this is the previously mentioned Stefan Saint-Louis.
He gets it back anyway, right?
Good running from a deep position from Saint-Louis. Breaks loose for Chris Williams. Detroit out of their own backfield now. Number 4, Daryl Quinn loses it to DeMaria. Jeff DeMaria runs into the left wing corner flag.
Well, there you see something, how well DeMaria read that and made the steal.
Cut it out nicely and immediately got forward. Here's Chris Williams for the Detroit Waza Flo. Deku, the player coach. Tackle taken away. Here is Stefan Saint-Louis. Good tackling from Jeff DeMaria. Saint-Louis for Elvir Kafedzic. Richard Schmerman for the ambush. Back to the goalkeeper, Greg Cook. 5:50 remaining. 1-0 in favor of the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. Greg Williams again defending for Detroit. He gets forward on the dribble. Stripped in the center circle by number 77, Ross McGregor, who wins it and goes forward. For the ambush, it's McGregor. Lost on the dribble from Drew Ducker. Ducker trying to get forward. He's fouled in the process by O'Dane Sinclair. Free kick for Detroit.
Well, McGregor has been playing as a defender. It's a change.
Mm-hmm.
Darryl Durant has moved him into midfield. I think Darryl likes his vision, and he's got a neat, tight touch. That time he maybe took too many touches. Yeah.
I think he sees it quickly, does number 77, Ross McGregor. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, Darryl wants to get him more actively involved in the offense. This is O'Dane Sinclair. On the Turner shot blocked by Sam Fiore. Out of play, still the ambush ball with 5:12 remaining in the first quarter. 1-0 in favor of the visiting Waza Flo.
Intelligent run by O'Dane Sinclair initially there to find the opening in the space on the left side there.
Deep and low at that far post. Corey Adamson couldn't quite get on the end of it.
I think it hit a part of the post.
Looked like it. Struck initially by Corey Dow. It was a great left foot from that left point, does number 5, Corey Dow. Another native St. Louisan, played his high school soccer at Bayless. Then on to Missouri State, Merrimack, and Maryville. Number 5, Corey Dow. Free kick at the tip of the penalty area arc. This will be struck by number 11, Richard Schmerman. Another great left-footed player is number 11, Richard Schmerman. And yet another St. Louis player from McClure High School. Can Schmerman equalize for the ambush here? Nicely engineered by the ambush. Dow jumped over it. Edison with the final shot over the top of the crossbar. Schmerman again.
Very well designed set piece, but the execution, that ball bouncing instead of being rolled, made the difference.
On the ground at the feet is where I want it. This is Stefan Saint-Louis. Loses it on a dribble. Detroit comes out of their own backfield. Zane Pollock. Zane Pollock for Detroit. Deep out of his own end. Tried to get the last shot off. DiMaria. Good ball to the backfield for number 4, Corey Adamson. Adamson on the left flank on the dribble. Good defending likewise from Detroit to get back.
Bill, how many times has DiMaria made the steal and started the attack already in this game? 3 times I could count.
Cuts balls out, defends, plays people right away. Yep. I think that's what Darryl wants, Ty, that early ball from the backfield.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah, get into the attack. Drew Ducker now for the Detroit Waza Flo. In deep to their point man, A.J. Joab. Joab for Detroit at the right wing corner flag. Chris Mattingly defending.
Forbes got wheels here. Look out.
Manny Forbes. He'll get forward quickly on the dribble. He does number 20. Looking for that obstruction foul. Was not there. Right into the penalty area of Detroit. They simply cleared it. Goes all the way to the opposite goalkeeper.
Yeah, Forbes might be the quickest player
He's
on
awfully
the
quick. Yeah. With and without the ball. This is O'Dane Sinclair at the right wing corner flag. Back for Chad Vandegrift. Former player at SMU, then St. Louis University. Schmerman on the ground for Kefedzic. Alvir Kefedzic loses it on a dribble. Breaks loose for David Paul. Yet another new player for the St. Louis ambush. Paul again. Darryl says he has a good left foot. He tried it right there.
Why not?
Drew Ducker defending. 3:13 remaining in the first quarter. Still 1-0 in favor of the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. That goal scored by number 22, Daniel Martini Matos. That's where it stands right now. As Ty Keogh mentioned, the ambush have had some superlative opportunities.
Yeah, they could easily have 2 goals and really should have 2 goals.
Mm-hmm. David Paul digs it out for Richard Schmerman. He's fouled in the process. Free kick for the ambush. Excellent opportunity to get back into the flow of the attack here with balls on the ground at people's feet. That's what Chad Vandegrift was trying to do. Find Sinclair away from the goalkeeper. Detroit does not want to continue to do that. Just send the ball along. As indoor soccer, it's coming right back at you. This is Ross McGregor. On the ground for O'Dane Sinclair. McGregor gets forward after using Sinclair as the target. Jeff DiMaria. Again, the clean early ball on the ground at people's feet. Kefedzic for the ambush. Number 8, Jeff DiMaria. As we mentioned, his first game in this campaign for the St. Louis ambush.
Easy to pick out in the green shoes there, but he's showing his experience and his ability to sense really where the more dangerous ball is available to him to get into the attack.
Play that dangerous ball early. That's what DiMaria will do. This is Elvir Kefedzic. The Bosnian. Back from ACL surgery. Stefan Saint-Louis rebounds it off the near post boards.
Pretty good turn by Saint Louis to get into the shooting position.
All the way to Dominic Cicluna out of his own backfield on the dribble. Coming back to help out defensively was Kafedzic. Greg Crook for Schmerman, back to the goalkeeper. 1:42 remaining in the first quarter. Corey Adamson up to join the attack, this time on the right flank. That was number 81, Blake Ordell. Richard Schmerman again. Chad Vandegrift. Just about at his own center circle there on the left side. Long ball in for Blake Ordell. Off the near post boards, couldn't quite control it. Rebounded, eventually cleared by the Waza Flo. Free kick for the Ambush. This is number 5, Corey Dow. Very effective left foot from the point. You saw evidence of it right there. Corey Adamson on the rebound. That goes wide. Dow nods it back down for Blake Ordell. Trying to head her into the penalty area. Jeff Demir couldn't get on the end of it.
Bill, again, a very well-designed set piece, but the execution just not on.
Blake Ordell again now for the Ambush. He lost it on the dribble. The Waza Flo comes forward at their own yellow line. This is Drew Ducker. Broken up, coming out of the backfield by number 8, Jeff DiMaria. Chris Mattingly for the Ambush. Goalkeeper again to get involved. This is Greg Crook.
Trouble.
It's an open goal. Drew Ducker saw it and he shot it immediately. Manny Forbes, can he chase this down? Zane Pollock defending to try to get it out of their own backfield. Knock it deep to Chris Williams. Sends it long. Does Williams. It's back in. Manny Forbes for the Ambush. Forbes again on the rebound.
Pretty good stop.
Forbes still again. So that concludes the first quarter with the visiting side Detroit Waza Flo on top by a score of 1-0. Lone goal scored by number 22. Daniel Martini-Matos, and I think, Ty, what you pointed out just a moment ago, the story of this first quarter, missed opportunities.
Absolutely. Not counting the set plays that were very well designed and the execution just a little bit off. Ball shot barely over the bar. Our well-designed set piece and the pass that was the dummy run that goes through, but the pass was bouncing. It's got to be on the ground so it can be struck cleanly. And then here, just at the very end, Manny Forbes. Missing by inches, a pretty good stop by the keeper from Detroit.
You see Daryl Duran talking to his players, more or less saying at the outset there, keep calm, keep control of the ball. We're doing a good job defensively. Motioning more or less for some defenders. Let's get out of the backfield a bit. So 1-0, the Ambush trailing the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. We mentioned that the Ambush comes into tonight's game. They're a 1-4 in the Central Division. The Missouri Comets are 7-0. The only other teams that have not lost a game, Monterey in the Southern Division, they are 8-0. They're tearing it up in the Southern Division. And Baltimore, as always, they continue to show their pedigree. They're in first place in the Eastern Division. They are 5-0. Detroit comes into this match. They're 3-4 in that Eastern Division.
The Major Arena Soccer League. And it's regionalized in terms of the schedule. We've got some good teams right here in the central part of the country, no question about that. Milwaukee, we've seen twice, quality team. Kansas City could run away with the entire league. And the Ambush still building, still showing rough edges here.
Yeah.
I mean, you would like to see with the type of opportunities they've had and the type of free kick, well-designed set pieces, easily had 3 or 4 goals here. Instead, they've got nothing
without
to show
any question. Easily. Daryl is in his 13th season coaching indoors. They were 4-16 last year. They had some real growing problems, especially early in that particular year. Last year ran into some very difficult, experienced teams. But they entered this new league, as Ty just talked about, the Major Arena Soccer League, MASL. 21 U.S. teams. 2 teams in Mexico, Monterrey and Saltillo. This league was founded in 2008. The current champs are the Chicago Mustangs, and interestingly enough, that's the only team the Ambush has their victory
lone
against.
victory,
That's their lone victory against the And that was away, no less, against the Chicago Mustangs.
No, the Ambush really need a home victory, reward the fans here. And I think that there's an opportunity here. I'm not that impressed yet, really, by this Detroit team. The Ambush seem to be just millimeters away from getting things to click.
Yeah. When it's been on to go forward, they've done that. They've tried to go through the target player. They've tried to send balls long.
Well, last year they were an expansion team, and they were getting blown out of games.
Positively.
The Ambush were getting blown out.
Some games were not even remotely close.
No, this is a different team, and they're close. I mean, we've seen how close they are just in this first quarter. Yeah.
Second quarter upcoming. Those are the young ladies who were shooting T-shirts into the stands prior to the start of this evening's game. We're at the Family Arena. Visiting Detroit, Waza Flo 1-0 over the home side St. Louis Ambush. I'm Bill McDermott alongside his Ty Keogh. That's the visiting team's goalkeeper, Matteo Zani. He wears number 85. He splits time with Vito Lonegro. He won't be splitting time tonight. This is the only keeper that Detroit has with them. And here is Jeff DiMaria yet again. Trying to get a ball out of his own backfield, looking for Blake Ardell. Coming out of his backfield on the dribble, Sam Fiora. Here's the goal scorer Matos. Vandergrift defending, trying to find McGregor.
Yeah, Matos did well on his goal. I mean, he finished it cleanly.
Was calm and composed. Put it in the opposite side netting,
Didn't hit it hard, just placed it.
On ball from Matteo Zani. Looking for Daryl Quinn, who joins the attack now for the Waza Flo. He's fouled in the process. Free kick for Detroit. This is Drew Ducker. On this free kick for the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. Everybody back defending. Just about everybody into the penalty area. Ball breaks loose off of Daryl Quinn. St. Pollock tried to hit it first time, but he leaves it for Chris Williams. Detroit now with the possession of their own. Nicely done to the isolated target man, Drew Ducker. Bit too long. Greg Crook cuts it out. Wanted to look long first.
Everybody was changing.
Decided to keep it. Chad Vandergriff. Corey Adamson attempts to clear it on the tackle. Can't quite do so. Vandergriff back to defend. He's fouled in the process. Here's number 21, Chad Vandergriff. DiMaria out of his own backfield. This is Manny Forbes. Watch his speed. Number 20, Manny Forbes. Trying to make something happen. Couldn't quite do so. Again, he's on the ball. Number 20, Forbes. Shot at the near post. O'Dane Sinclair couldn't quite get on the rebound.
Well, we mentioned how quick Forbes is. He created that.
With his speed, rebounded it off the near post boards. Looked for Sinclair. His feet away from happening. O'Dane Sinclair again, battling, keeping the ball nicely. Good with his back to goal for DiMaria. This is Chris Mattingly for the Ambush. Mattingly has a go. Breaks loose from Matos. Matteo Zani tries to send it long. This is the player coach, Deku. Lost it from Mattingly. Deep on the left flank. A shot. Ooh! Struck nicely by number 4, Corey Adamson. Quick release from Adamson.
Pretty good stop. Keeper quick to the near post.
Good work from Matteo Zani, the goalkeeper for the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. This is Chad Vandergriff on the change. To his line mate defensively, Richard Schmerman. Schmerman with a blast. Rebounds off the near post boards. David Paul couldn't quite get on the end of it. The tall, lanky A.J. Joab back to defend. Vandergriff can't send it long for Kafedzic. This is Drew Ducker. Detroit now in possession. As they change, they're going to keep it in their own backfield.
Well, they have the lead. They're happy enough with possession here.
Sam Fiora for the goalkeeper, Zani. Matteo Zani. Urban Cruz. And Fiora again rebounds it off the near post boards for Cicluna. For 14 is Dominic Cicluna, the assistant coach. Schmerman early for Paul. Likewise early for Blake Ardell. It's 2 against 1. Ardell with the blast. Cicluna back help defending.
Penalty behind the play.
Away from the play going forward. Detroit Waza Flo will be penalized for that.
Yeah, the advantage initially was given.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wisely.
Good work by the referees. Brian Martin, Tim Boole in charge.
It's an off-the-ball foul.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nowhere near where the ball was.
That's number 28, Erwin Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz.
This is how that took place, Ty.
There it is, trailing the play. He grabs on to the immediate opponent, pulls him down, and he played on because the ambush had a chance to shoot there. Now the ambush will have the man advantage.
With the man advantage, and this is one of the strong suits of Daryl Duran's coaching repertoire. Always very gifted at designing plays with the extra person. Blake Ardell, he's on top with Corey Adamson, Elvir Kefedzic, Stefan San-Louis, and Corey Dahl in the field.
Yeah, Corey Dahl's left foot over here from the left point.
San-Louis for Kefedzic. San-Louis at that right point. He has the ball down his feet. Good early ball across the face from Adamson. Corey Dahl again. Dahl with that early shot. Matteo Zani got his hand to it. And the clearance by number 6, Nick Jokai. Lower part of your screen, Daryl Duran. Clearance was knocked out of play by number 6, Nick Jokai. Free kick at the tip of the penalty area arc for Elvir Kefedzic.
Daryl was a rookie when I was a 6-year pro. How's that?
Yeah. Hello. Kefedzic on this free kick. O'Day Sinclair cut on at that near post again by the goalkeeper, Matteo Zani.
Not sure just quite the reason that St. Louis took that extra touch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you would think it's designed for him to take it first time. Maybe the pass wasn't really on the mark.
Blake Ardell could not quite get on the end of that. Detroit clears it, but it goes all the way to the goalkeeper, Greg Crook. Stefan San-Louis still on with Elvir Kefedzic. Here is San-Louis. Where's number 10? Shot just wide of the opposite post. On a rebound, it's Corey Dahl across the face. Adamson! Matteo Zani with yet another save. Appearing mystically from nowhere was the goalkeeper, Matteo Zani. Off that shot from Corey Adamson.
From here, it looks like there's plexiglass in front of the goal.
Wow.
How many chances is it going to be before the ambush convert one?
All kinds of opportunities. Here's Kefedzic again. Di Maria goes off on a change. San-Louis comes back on. Corey Dahl for Blake Ardell. Back for Kefedzic. This is Stefan San-Louis. Have a go. And he does. Blocked by the defense of the Detroit Waza Flo. Good use of his body by number 10, Stefan San-Louis. Keeps it for Greg Crook. Kefedzic goes back to retrieve. Dribbles forward. On the dribbles, number 9, Kefedzic. His pass cut out. Eventually cleared by Zach Bowman. Ambush still with that extra attacker. But only for moments more. That shot blocked. Taken by number 81, Blake Ardell.
Say on this power play, one last chance for a set piece. You got to take advantage, and here they gave it away.
And then following the process, so Detroit gets a chance to get it out of their own backfield. 10:29 remaining in the second quarter. That is number 4, Corey Adamson. Kefedzic trying to send the ball long. He knocks it out of play.
Yeah, Blake Ardell wide open right in the center circle. Teams are even.
It's even now, 5 against 5. Detroit Waza Flo fights that one off. It was the first penalized offense of the evening.
All ball there. Tough tackle.
That was a hard tackle. Referee Brian Martin indicated that.
Yeah, Mattingly really
that was
sent a message with
tackle.
That looked like a Mark Demling tackle.
Welcome. Number 6, Chris Mattingly for the ambush. Says that long for number 16, David Paul. He's fouled.
It's a two-handed shove. I don't know what the complaint is.
It certainly was. No secret to it at all either. David Paul was fouled. Another new player for the St. Louis Ambush. Native of Phoenix, Arizona, number 16, David Paul. Here's that foul again, Ty.
Yeah, ball played into the corner here. There's the shove directly from behind. I mean,
not much question.
That's called barging.
Not much question. So a free kick for the St. Louis Ambush at the left wing corner flag. Forbes tried to knock it across the face, tried to shoot on the rebound.
He punished the defender there.
David Paul, who was fouled, gets it back for Vandegrift. This is Manny Forbes. Tries to go forward on the dribble. For David Paul, tried to knock it across the goal mouth. Odin Sinclair lets it roll for Vandegrift. Di Maria knows it's not on to go forward. Just keep it. Back for Vandegrift. Two former St. Louis University products. Fedic comes back on. Sinclair stays on. As does David Paul. Some experienced players on the field now for the Ambush. Sinclair with that shot tried to find Di Maria on the rebound. Kefedzic uses his body nicely on the turn over the top of the crossbar.
Was out.
Ball was out.
Kefedzic, though, showing his strength on the ball there. He's powerful. I mean, he shields the ball really well.
Kept that ball nicely, did number 9, Elvir Kefedzic. Grew up in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Came to St. Louis in 1999 from Germany. Manley simply knocks it back to his goalkeeper, goes to retrieve it again. Ambush coming out of their own end. This is Ross McGregor. We're 77 for the Ambush.
Pretty
Good
slick.
turn.
Yeah, very slick.
Good turn and run inside the center circle from McGregor. Richard Schmerman now for the Ambush. It's not on to go forward. He leaves it for Vandegrift. Ray Crook, the goalkeeper, to join. Well outside of his goal mouth area. Richard Schmerman now for the Ambush. In on the ground for the target man. Ambush could not quite keep it on the turn, but it goes directly to Schmerman again. 7:56 remaining. Ambush trying to get an equalizer here. Crook to the feet of the goal. Blake Ardell on a turn! Just over the top of the crossbar. Di Maria almost capitalized on the rebound, but knocks it back for Chad Vandegrift.
It's a good sequence here, building.
Good working the ball from Di Maria. Cut out nicely from McGregor. Corey Dowell for the Ambush. He battles for it. Detroit tries to get it out of their own end. They do, but it goes directly to the feet of Chad Vandegrift.
Some good indications here, though. I think more confidence being shown by the Ambush, more guys really understanding their roles and making themselves available in tight spaces.
Much more composure getting forward. Mattingly for Schmerman.
Well, Gerald Duran said he wanted to run this Detroit team a little bit, and the Ambush are starting to do that.
They are.
They're making them chase.
The old philosophy that the ball does not get tired. This is Stefan St. Louis for Schmerman.
Yeah, play it simple.
Schmerman lost it on the dribble. Drew Ducker keeps it. Almost cut out from Corey Adamson. Fiore plays it. Ambush comes out of their own end to defend. Shot just wide from Zane Pollock, and it goes high from the Waza Flo. But they quickly got forward. There has been an official timeout on the field. 6:34 remaining.
Well, the Ambush looking more sophisticated, looking more dangerous, creating chances, putting more passes together, making Detroit chase a little bit, but nothing to show for it. I mean, right now, Darryl is like, we need to break the ice. We need to get some confidence. We need to get some goals put in.
Do you have a feel that the first will bring many?
Seems like it.
Seems like it certainly does.
Once the dam breaks.
Yeah.
Is Benny Hill here?
That sounds like it. Oh, it's the ever popular mascot game, and that's going to take place at the next Ambush home game as Darryl Duran talks with his players. Right in the center there, Ross McGregor facing the camera, looking up at the scoreboard. Some of the young players on hand tonight. A lot of the champions from league play were awarded trophies prior to the game starting tonight. There's the Detroit Waza Flo, the visitors. They are on top by a score of 1-0. Lone goal so far scored by number 22, Daniel Martini Matos. Yeah, the ever-popular mascot game, Ty, takes place at the next home game, the 28th of December, 6:35 game time on Sunday night against the visiting San Diego Sockers.
You know, Bill, I'm not really a big fan of mascots, but I saw the mascot game last year. It was hilarious.
If you can't be entertained by that, you're just not paying attention.
It was ridiculous.
You're just not paying attention.
And there were a couple pretty good goals, diving headers, and it was just.
I want to see Fredberg pull off a diving header. All right, back to action here at the Family Arena in St. Charles. You just heard the voice of Ty Kiwa. I'm Bill McDermott. It's 1-0 in favor of the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. This is Stefan Saint-Louis, leading point getter so far for the St. Louis Ambush in this current season.
Now the Ambush wasted a power play opportunity.
Yes, they did.
I mean, so it has not been for a lack of chances here. I mean, they could have 5 goals. Yep.
This is another thing that the head coach Daryl Duran told me prior to the game. He knew that on occasions Detroit would pack it in. That's what they're doing right now. Cleared long by Sam Fiore. Vandegrift just leaves it for Di Maria. On the ground to the feet of O'Dane Sinclair. At least that was the attempt. Fiore leaves it for his goalkeeper, Matteo Zani. From Roma, Italy, is Matteo Zani. This is Fiore. For the run of number 30, AJ Joab. Di Maria takes it off his feet and goes forward on the dribble.
Comes away with it again.
Elvir Kafedzic for the ambush with the toe poke. Wide of the opposite post. Falls for Joab. Kafedzic leaves it for Schmerman.
Clear shirt pull there, but I guess advantage was played.
Schmerman for Blake Ardell. With his body to goal. Keeps it, tried to find Vandegrift, couldn't quite do so. Zach Bowman out of his own backfield. Long ball looking for Darryl Quinn, cut out by the goalkeeper, Greg Crook. Chris Williams. There's the goalkeeper, Matos off the near post board, Schmerman. Positioned superbly as a defender. Cuts it out. Corey Dowell for the ambush, loses it on the dribble. That goes long for number 24, Zach Bowman. Ambush in possession, trying to get back into this game. 4:33 remaining in this, the second quarter. And as Ty and I continue to talk about, it's time for the Ambush not only to get back into this game, but to start winning, getting points at home. They come into this game 1-4. 5 games played, 15 remaining.
Well, they're in this game.
Oh, yeah.
But they haven't won at home yet. So
no, sir.
They need to.
And Ty, you talked about the Missouri Comets. The Ambush has 3 games remaining with the Comets.
You hope by then maybe the Comets have taken their foot off the accelerator a little bit with their 7-0.
Hey, it's Big Hat Day here at Family Arena. Jeff Di Maria at the left wing corner flag on the end of this free kick. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Ambush trying to get back in this with an equalizer. Di Maria. Across the face. Chart for Adamson. Hits it high. Well high. Manny Forbes on with Stefan Saint-Louis. Chris Mattingly, a change now. O'Dane Sinclair comes back on for the Ambush. And he receives just outside of his own goal area. Loses it on the dribble, does Sinclair. Detroit goes forward again. This is Nicky Jokai. Jokai! And that's a second for the Detroit Waza Flo. Another giveaway in the backfield by the St. Louis Ambush. And number 6, Nick Jokai, capitalizes to make it 2-0 for the visiting Detroit Waza Flo.
Well, Detroit find the target. That ball clipped the underside of the crossbar. The Ambush shots clipped the upper top edge of the crossbar.
It's 2-0. Here's how it occurred, Ty.
Yeah, it's quick thinking here on the turnover after Sinclair basically had a bad touch. And tell you what, Detroit punishes the turnover of possession twice now. And they lead by 2. Ambush have had 8 or 9 clear chances to score. They've not managed to convert any of them.
So Jokai starts that play for the Waza Flo. They capitalize on top by a score of 2-0. 3:33 remaining.
Ambush desperately need one before the halftime whistle here.
Long ball for David Paul at the right wing. Corner flag on the turn. Well high from number 16, David Paul. Played 2 years professionally in Poland. That's the visiting team goalkeeper, Mateo Zani. Matos scored the first goal. Sends it long for number 24, Zach Bowman. Cleared by the goalkeeper, Greg Crook. Falls to the feet of Blake Gardell. Using his body nicely was Matos, but it breaks loose for Di Maria. It's not on to go forward. It's simply play the way you're facing. Di Maria finds the goalkeeper. Here's Manny Forbes in the open field. This is where he's dangerous. On the turn, on the dribble, it's Forbes. He loses it to Zach Pollock. Greg Crook immediately gets it forward for Ross McGregor. Lets it run across his body, McGregor. Mateo Zani got his hands to that at the near post.
Alert distribution by Crook and found McGregor in the open.
Chris Mangley now for Ross McGregor again. On the ground to the feet of Stefan Saint-Louis. Louis with his back to goal. Keeps it, finds Schmerman. Detroit packed in again. At the left point, it's Schmerman for Saint-Louis.
The ball has to move a little bit more quickly in these situations. When Detroit has dropped back, more or less parked the bus, you got to switch the point of attack more quickly. The ambush here too many times taking 4 or 5 touches.
Which allows that defense
To
already packed in.
readjust, yeah.
Just get back even further. Make it more difficult to play. Chris Mattingly for the home side ambush. Trying to get back into this game at 2-0 right now at this stage in favor of the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. Stefan Saint-Louis commits the foul. And you better watch his step talking to the referee there. And I think the referee said much the same. That's Brian Martin, one of the referees here this evening.
Yeah, it sounded like a foul from
Yeah,
here.
it sure did. Here's the end result of it. Saint-Louis on the shot. Then he goes to chase.
Yeah, well, shoulder to shoulder. Maybe overdid it, a little excessive force on it.
And Brian Martin looked to the other referee because when he fell, he couldn't see the end result of it. Nick Luna still keeps his balance somehow, some way.
Barely.
Good defending again by Jeff Di Maria to the feet of Odain Sinclair, running out of his own backfield. Sinclair loses it on the dribble. Chris Williams plays his goalkeeper, Zani. Chad Vandergriff back in early for Kefedzic. Chad Vandergriff at the left point for the St. Louis ambush. 1:11 remaining. Is there a goal in this first half for the ambush? Odain Sinclair with his back to goal. On the turn, Sinclair can't quite get the shot off. Still on the turn, Sinclair. Corey Adamson in the heat of things just inside the penalty area. And the griff now for his defensive teammate on the same line. Schmerman. Kefedzic tries to play it to himself off the near post boards. Cleared by Dominic Cicluna. Matos, the game's first goal scorer, on the dribble. Coming out of the backfield, Detroit again. It's going to fall just inside the goal mouth. Chad Vandergriff with an excellent save. What a blast! Whoa! From number 30, AJ Joab on the break. It's Odain Sinclair. What a great open field tackle. Detroit Waza Flo defending. Beautiful work by that last defender, number 18, Zane Pollock. Back the other way with another good tackle. This is Corey Dow for the ambush. The long ball. Saw the goalkeeper out, Mateo Zani.
He had to try it, just 4 seconds on the clock.
Give it a go, yep.
Odain Sinclair, on the dribble there, he got picked clean. And before that, there was a situation where he held the ball, was trying to turn, had his defender, and I thought he could have used Kefedzic for a first-time right-footed shot. I don't know if they just haven't played together enough to be able to see the opportunities, because Kefedzic got an excellent right foot. It would have been a perfect setup from Sinclair for him.
So 2-0 in halftime tie. Before we take a break here, what did the ambush have to do to adjust to get back into this game at home?
They just have to be a little bit sharper, I think, on the set plays, because Darryl Duran, he drills them, and he has them understanding their roles in the set piece situations. They're very deceptive set pieces, but they haven't executed. They have to be just that much sharper in finishing. And we just talked about here, when Detroit drops back, more or less just trying to defend and back into their own end, the ball has to move more quickly. They can't be taking 3, 4, 5 touches with the ball.
The way the old Wichita Wings used to do it, just about against everybody, those quick, early balls on the ground, they always found that isolated player who was one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
And it was all 1-2 touch. Boom, boom, boom. And they always knew where the ball was going to go before it came to them. And I'll tell you what, I played against them enough times. You'd be tripping on your tongue after a while.
Positively.
I mean, you
were chase. So it is indeed 2-0 in halftime, and visiting Detroit Waza Flo on top of the St. Louis Ambush. We're going to take a break here for halftime, and we'll be back with more the entire second half. This is St. Louis Ambush Soccer on the Gateway Network. All right, we're back in action here at the Family Arena. 2-0 in halftime. The third quarter just starting. I'm Bill McDermott alongside his Ty Keogh. The visiting Detroit Waza Flo on top by a score of 2-0. Ambush anxiously trying to get back into this game. We talked about this at the actual beginning, the scene set. Get some wins, but in particular the wins at home, Ty Keogh.
And the Ambush have been so close on so many chances in that first half of play. It's almost like they're pressuring themselves too much. There's been a couple of finishes, if they'd just been a little more calm, they're like rushing it, and they're missing the easy chances. And there were 2 or 3 easy chances that the Ambush failed to convert.
They had some excellent opportunities, but it stands 2-0. We're just underway to start the third quarter. Referee Tim Boole talking it over with Dominic Cicluna. Free kick for the Ambush. Ambush Soccer on the Gateway Network. Yes, that's there for number 20, Manny Forbes. Manny Forbes for the Ambush. Rebounds wildly off the far post boards into the goal mouth area. And number 20, Manny Forbes, jumps on the end of it. 2-1 now in favor of the Waza Flo.
Bill, sometimes it takes a fluke sort of situation to break the ice here. And Manny Forbes, maybe the shortest guy on the Ambush roster, ends up scoring a rare indoor soccer head goal. Right place at the right time, strange spin, kind of weird bounce. He's there, puts it away. You got to be there, and he made it count. So let's see if that changes the psychological aspect of this Ambush team, which was starting, their heads were starting to drop.
Yeah, they really were. Manny Forbes gets on top for the St. Louis Ambush. Scores his second goal of the year. 2-1 now in favor of the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. Forbes on a goal from Chris Mattingly. That really caromed wildly off the far post boards, right where the boarding meets the plexiglass, into the goal mouth area at the opposite post to number 20, Manny Forbes.
There were no breaks for the Ambush in the first half, but they start off this third quarter with a nice break with that strange bounce, and Forbes taking advantage.
Pollock towards that left flank into the corner flag area, cut out by the goalkeeper Greg Crook. That's Matteo Zani. On the turn, number 22, Martini.
Nice turn, actually.
Martini Matos.
Matos with one of the goals.
Here's Elvira Kefedzic. On the ground looking for Corey Adams, and just behind him, Stefan San Luis, however, picks it up. Kefedzic rebounds it off the near post plexiglass.
Got to get those down.
On goal. On goal.
Or at a minimum down because it's still in play.
Yep.
A deflection or a rebound off the boards, even if you put it wide.
Zane Pollock for Detroit. Number 30, A.J. Joab, who had a shot to in the first half that was an absolute rocket, just going wide of the near post.
Screamer.
He still keeps possession of the ball. That's number 30, A.J. Joab. Greg Crook right on. Easy save for him.
Crook was looking for a long target. No one to be found. You see Stefan San Luis head for the bench, but he should have been making that run up top for Crook's throw.
Mattingly now for O'Dane Sinclair. Sinclair backs it back to Mattingly. Corey Dahl's on. This is Richard Schmerman. Schmerman with Mattingly on defensively for the ambush. 2-1 in favor of the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. We mentioned earlier, unique name. Waza means Japanese. In Japanese means good technique. In Swahili it means to think clearly. As to where this game stands right now, visiting Detroit has done both. This is Ross McGregor for the ambush. Yes, it's there! An equalizer for the ambush, number 5, Corey Dow off that run from number 77, Ross McGregor. Dow from McGregor. It's 2 apiece.
Well, the fog is clearing and some clear thinking there by McGregor.
That's right.
Now, McGregor, I'll tell you what, he does really intelligently, and this is a quality move and a quality pass as well. He keeps his balance, brings it all the way across. And Dowell does well to come back for it, but really it was the vision of McGregor and the fact that he had the entire Detroit team going the other way when he made that pass across the grain to set up the tying goal of this match. Momentum totally changed.
2-2 early in this third quarter now with 11:42 remaining. Manny Forbes got the first goal for the ambush. And now it's number 5, Corey Dowell with the equalizer. Great running in the open field by number 77, Ross McGregor.
Quality pass to set up that second goal. Then see if the ambush can really make it pay now.
Into the third quarter here at the Family Arena. St. Louis ambush against the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. And Martini Matos for Pollock. This is Matos. He scored the first goal of the game for visiting Detroit. Chris Williams on the dribble on the left flank. His shot comes through traffic. Greg Crook covers it up.
Well saved and no rebound.
He gives up very few rebounds.
I should have given it to Crook right away.
Elvira Kefedzic wins the loose ball and a tackle for Richard Schmerman. That's a good ball on the ground for Stefan San Luis. Can't turn. However, it's David Paul. David Paul loses it, chases defensively, and fouls in the process. Foul number 13, Drew Ducker, who, by the way, I want to correct myself, he scored the second goal. Second goal for Detroit was assisted by Nick Jokai. So Matos and Ducker for Detroit, Forbes and Dowell for the ambush, and that's where it stands. 2 apiece right now in the third quarter. 10:30 remaining. This is the player coach, Deku. For Ducker. Their goalkeeper, well off his goal line. Matteo Zani. Towards the right wing. Breaks loose for Fiore. Ducker.
Ducker might be the only guy shorter on the entire field than Forbes,
Exactly.
who scored the head goal.
Seems to be. Detroit gets forward on the dribble. Greg Crook gets him behind him, but he alertly cuts it out. Getting forward with Zane Pollock. Zach Bowman. Nice tackle from Chad Vandergriff. Corey Dowell getting forward for the ambush for David Paul. Breaks loose for Joab. on the dribble, coming out of his own backfield, inside the center circle, still in a dribble. A.J. Joab.
Got some long strides. We know he can shoot.
Ooh, at the near post, cut out nicely by Greg Kruk.
Yeah, better go long. Longer.
Shot by Joab again, this time high, but he will not hesitate to have a shot. Number 30, A.J. Joab. Some of the young fans on hand here, they were honored prior to the game. Some of the various state championship teams. DiMaria out of his own backfield for Manny Forbes. Good turn, keeps it nicely, does Forbes. Good running from Ross McGregor. Ooh, could have hit it first time.
He got too pretty with it. He really should have taken a crack with that. And good things happen when DiMaria brings the ball out of the back and plays that early ball, and that's what started it.
And I think, Ty, that's why Daryl Duran wants number 8, Jeff DiMaria, in the backfield. The quality ball out of the back. This is Ross McGregor now. Much more into the attack in this third quarter is number 77, McGregor. Manny Forbes doing the running for him. Hit it first time, he does! Just wide of the near post. Daniel Matos with the outside of his left for the running of Darryl Quinn. Quinn defended against by Chad Vandergriff. He gives it away for Forbes. Good ball. Ooh, there was a change taking place. However, Blake Gardell came on and almost made something out of that.
Not sure why Sinclair was running off for a change when he could have had a breakaway.
Yeah, he sure could have. Action's picked up here both ways now. The Detroit Waza Flo. This is their goal scorer to get the second. Ducker. He sends it long. Looking for number 18, Zane Pollock. Chad Vandergriff out of his own backfield.
Well, Detroit no longer has the luxury of just laying back and kind of playing defensively. They did when they had the lead, but now they got to get out and play a little bit.
You're away from home. You got to play. This is Drew Ducker. Detroit loses it on the dribble, but only momentarily. This is Pollock. Vandergriff defending and fouling. Be a free kick for Detroit. Whistled up by referee Tim Bull. Tim Bull assigned to this game alongside of Brian Martin. There is Vandergriff. As I mentioned, started his intercollegiate soccer at SMU, finished at St. Louis University. Here's that prior foul, Ty.
Yeah, we saw Vandergriff make an excellent sliding tackle a few minutes ago, but here he gets caught in possession a little bit, comes in, and yeah, he hooks the Detroit player's calf muscle. But speaking of referees, we saw a longtime legendary referee, Marty Templin, at halftime.
Who did so many indoor games when the games would be played at the arena.
Yep.
He stood right alongside me as I was doing the public address announcing. Marty Templin here with Jim Leaker.
Yep.
Both executive committee members of the St. Louis Soccer Hall of Fame.
And Bill, when you were doing the PA, was that the arena, or was it?
That was
the checker?
arena.
Was
Yeah.
it the checker?
You know, I don't remember.
It might have been both.
One of the two. Indeed, it might have been.
Yeah.
There's going to be a free kick, but first a timeout with 7:43 remaining. Much tighter game now, 2-2. It was 2-0 at halftime. The Detroit Waza Flo on top with goals by Daniel Martini Matos and Drew Ducker. And then almost immediately you could sense it was going to happen when the third quarter started. Manny Forbes and Corey Dow. Dow with the equalizer, and that's where it stands, 2-2 right now. The Waza Flo and the St. Louis Ambush.
The Ambush came storming out. 2 quick goals. They've shifted the momentum. Now let's see if they can really take advantage of a good home crowd. Decent atmosphere here as well.
Well, these young ladies usually accompany Fredbird. Now, where is Fredbird?
He's training for the mascot game.
For the diving header, yes, he is.
Hey, I volunteered to train Fredbird. Did give him some individual training if he wants to get ready.
Now, I tell you who would never miss a head ball, the Billiken.
With that head, yeah.
Woo! So it's 2-2 at halftime. As I mentioned earlier, the next home game for the St. Louis Ambush is against the visiting San Diego Sockers here at the Family Arena on Sunday night, the 28th of December. And then it doesn't get any easier as the Ambush opens the 2015 year, the 3rd of January, against the visiting Missouri Comets. And as we talked about, in the first and second quarters, the Comets could be the class of the league. They're certainly the class of the Central Division. They're 7-0. 89 goals scored so far for the Missouri Comets, Ty. They lead by a goodly margin. Next closest team Monterey with 75, but they've scored 89. They've given up 36. They're 3-0 at home, 4-0 away.
They're going to have to replace the nets in their home arena.
Bombs away by the Missouri Comets. So a free kick after that timeout for the Detroit Waza Flo. They sent it long to the opposite post. That's surely not what they designed in that timeout. It couldn't have been. Deku, the player coach, for Ducker. Ducker gets forward at Yale Live for the player coach. Deku just wide of that opposite post. Kafedzic with his back to play does a nice job of keeping it. Stefan Saint-Louis back defensively. That is not where you want Saint-Louis. Get up into the penalty area.
He should be on the end of that long ball, not the guy delivering it.
Ambush in possession. 7:13 remaining in this, the third quarter. O'Day Sinclair just wide of that near post. Richard Schmerman rebounds almost all the way to the center circle. Here's Vandegrift on the ground so that O'Day Sinclair can use his body. Receives, turns, can he get a shot off? He fouls in the process. Well, what's going the other way? He is fouled in the process. Simply because he's so good with his back to goal time.
Well, he did. He really shielded the ball well. He's so strong, and he leans into the defender and then takes the hit and draws the foul.
Here's Sinclair.
Yeah, see, it's like the Mark Moser of old. I mean, he's holding the defender off, and eventually the defender has to foul him.
Speaking of Mark Moser, the 1994-95 St. Louis Ambush champions. A lot of the players were here at halftime to be honored. Mark Moser, Jamie Swanner, Joe Reiniger, Mike Laposha. Dr. Abe Hawatma addressed the crowd. DiMaria on a free kick, but however they call timeout, do the ambush with 6:57 remaining. In this, the third quarter, the ambush got back into the game. They made it 2-2. Just about at the start of the third quarter. Detroit comes into this game. They're a member of the Eastern Division, which is being led right now by the Baltimore squad. Detroit comes in, they're 3-4. Ambush is 1-4. We talked about the fact that they've played 5 games. That's literally a quarter of your season. You play 20 games. You guys played much more than 20, didn't you, Ty?
There was one MISL season with 56 games.
Woo!
Several with 48 and 52 games. So, yeah, we would play 3-4 nights a week, which is fine. Nobody liked to go to practice anyway.
Why practice? Let's just play games. Positively. Yeah, but the 94-95 ambush honored at halftime. Some of the all-time. Jamie Swanner, what a magnificent goalkeeper he was. Played his intercollegiate soccer at Clemson and came into town. Some of the tremendous goalkeepers that have played here in town. We mentioned Slobo's name earlier, Slobo Ilieski, Jamie Swanner.
Pat Baker.
Eric Delabar. Some tremendous goal. Remember the collision with Steve Petra and Eric Delabar where Steve broke his leg?
Yeah.
There's the referee, Tim Bull, likewise a St. Louisan, talking over A.J. Joeb. There'll be a free kick for the ambush after that timeout. Let's see if they engineer a bit more crafty play than the Waza Flo did on their prior timeout. 2 apiece, 6:57 remaining in this, the third quarter. Stefan Saint-Louis, Jeff DiMaria, both behind this free kick. Who will strike it? Saint-Louis tried to knock it across the face for Corey Dow. So the past 2 free kicks plays coming out of timeouts, neither one of which worked. Greg Cook rebounded off of Tim Bull, the referee. The referee obviously is in play. This is Matteo Zani. Pace from each team has been picked up. Matos.
You mentioned Jamie Swanner, obviously an outstanding shot stopper and a guy who could really get off of his line quickly.
And man, could he throw it early. Stefan Saint-Louis, an excellent chance. Yes, there it is. Make the goalkeeper play coming out of his own end. And that's exactly what happens. Stefan Saint-Louis for the St. Louis Ambush records his 3rd goal of the year to go with 4 assists. And the Ambush go on top by a score of 3-2.
So finally, the Ambush capitalizing on some poor play out of the back with the goalkeeper caught out. And when teams make mistakes like this, you better punish it, and punish it immediately. The Ambush do, and they take the lead for the first time in the match. San Luis celebrates with the fans and his teammates.
So the Ambush goes on top. Just over 6 minutes remaining in this, the third quarter.
What a great name to wear the number 10 for the St. Louis Ambush. Stefan San Luis.
So he puts the home side on top by a score of 3-2.
I was getting to talking about Swanner's distribution, because that's where he was head and shoulders above every goalkeeper around in that era. But I wanted to make sure we got the goal there.
What an arm he had to immediately get the attack going. Now, this is Greg Brook, yet another good goalkeeper. Trying to go forward. The Ambush lose it. A shot just wide by Nick Jokai. He assisted on the second goal by Drew Ducker.
A good balance by Forbes there.
Here's Manny Forbes again in the open field. This is where he's troublesome. Good running, wins the free kick and a foul. That should be a penal offense, should it not?
I think that's a 2-minute penalty.
Sure seemed to be.
He was away.
Yes, he was. Free kick down. Behind it is number 11, Richard Schmerman, who has a great left foot himself. From this position, he may have a go from here. Indeed he does! And there's the end result! There's the end result, inadvertently, off number 31, Chris Williams. And now the Ambush goes on top by a score of 4-2. Brilliantly struck by that man, number 11, in the center circle, Richard Schmerman.
That was going in anyway.
Uh-huh.
And it knuckled. Even before the deflection, that ball was knuckling. So no chance. And struck with total authority by Rich Schmerman. Look at that. That ball was moving. It was dipping. And just no chance for either the defender or the goalkeeper to react. Just a loaded ball.
So it goes off number 31, Chris Williams, and that's a fourth for the Ambush. Blake Gardell was standing there at that far post. Another break in the action. Here's yet another view of that goal that took place to make it 4-2, Ty.
Yeah, they got to rethink this, I think, Detroit. You need two men on the wall when you got a guy with this good of a left foot. One man on the wall is not enough. Gives it too much to shoot at. And, boy, he hits it accurately and with tons of power, and I think it had some dip. Had some knuckling on it as well.
That ball had some movement on it. Richard Schmerman, brilliantly struck. We knew he may have a go from that area. There's number 10, the player coach, Kosti Adeku. Talking with the assistant coach, number 14, Dominic Cicluna. That's the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. They were up 2-0 at halftime. It's now 4-2. Now they're chasing the game. Some of the fans on hand this evening. Again, some of the players who were honored prior to the game. One of the state championship teams. There's some unique headgear by the popcorn. Use it as a lid.
I think he wants to play in the mascot game.
He's welcome. Now the Ambush in possession in their own half of the field. This is Jeff DiMario. Tried to send it wide to Corey Adamson. Detroit coming out of their own half of the field. Following is O'Dane Sinclair. Free kick for the Waza Flo. It gets down to 5:27 remaining. There's number 12, O'Dane Sinclair. Rookie of the year last year in this league. 12 goals, 12 assists for number 12, O'Dane Sinclair. Played at Baker University for Nate Hauser.
Nate Hauser, they used to call him the Undertaker. When he played in Major League Soccer.
Matteo Zani, the goalkeeper for Detroit. For number 14, Dominic Cicluna. No foul, play on. O'Dane Sinclair, Elvira Kafedzic. Blocked to Sinclair! That could and should have been a fifth.
Wow. Wow, Kefedzic, so unselfish. Maybe to a fault there.
And we're getting a free kick whistled up against number 11.
And there was
Richard Schmerman, the boarding foul there.
And no lack of effort there by O'Dane Sinclair to try to get on the end of that. Here's Sinclair unselfishly, and here's a chance, and it gets it back to, if he was wearing the size 12s, it's the size 11 and a half.
And that's the end result of the play. The boarding foul whistled up by the referee, Brian Martin, against Richard Schmerman.
Easy call.
Yep.
Frustration, I think.
Proper call.
Sure looked like it should have been a goal.
5 people now. 5 players for the visiting Detroit Waza Flo against the ambush. DiMaria, Forbes, Paul. They're defending.
This is a crucial sequence here.
Mm-hmm.
Ambush kill this off, and I think they're in the driver's seat.
Another foul whistle up against Jeff DiMaria. As I mentioned, DiMaria on with Manny Forbes. And you know why Manny Forbes is on, the chance of the breakaway, playing short-handed.
Well, he's so quick, side to side, like a Jeff Cacciatore.
Paul and Mattingly deep.
Well defended.
Off the foot of number 16, David Paul, who's acquitted himself nicely in his first appearance for the ambush.
Yeah, he read that well.
Dominic Cicluna from the left wing corner flag on this dead ball. Across the face! Looking for Sam Fiora. Breaks loose. This is Manny Forbes. Almost got into the open field. Jeff DiMaria diving at that last offensive player. Great save by Greg Crook. He was diving to the opposite post and somehow saved it with his left foot.
Big save. Ambush get a chance to get some fresh legs on.
Just over 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. The ambush on top by a score of 4-2. Ducker starts it. Yes, it's there!
Crook never saw it. He was screened out in front, but I think by a couple of defenders.
He was screened, and Daniel Martina Matos gets his second of the game for the visiting Waza Flo to make it 4-3. Here it is again, Tom.
Matos is a very nice left foot, but I think this one he sneaks it by, quick release, and you can tell Crook never saw it.
Yeah, exactly. So Matos, his second of the game, draws his squad, the Detroit Waza Flo, within 1. 4-3 now for the ambush.
Makes it a tighter match. I think the ambush need to get a couple more goals anyway.
Detroit seemingly just knew how much to absorb, then break out. They tried to do so again, but Chad Vandergriff plays his goalkeeper, Greg Crook. A little over 3 minutes remaining. This is Richard Schmerman. He has a 4th goal for the ambush. Good work by number 5, Corey Dahl. This is Jeff DiMaria. Still active is number 8, DiMaria. Mattingly to the far post at the right wing corner flag for Blake Ardell. Nice turn by number 81, Blake Ardell. But breaking loose and coming out of his own backfield is number 31, Chris Williams. He loses it on the dribble. Corey Adamson across the face for Kefedzic. We could have hit that first time.
There's a left foot first time shot all the way,
every
day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every day and twice on Saturday night. Kefedzic to the near post runner, DiMaria. Breaks place for San Luis.
Oh, hit his own player, I guess.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Hit number 4, Corey Adamson.
But Kefedzic there, he wants to use his right foot. He should have used his left. Vidad used to try to be crazy on ones like that, too. I mean, one-footed players, they limit themselves. And I'm saying he's a one-footed player, but that was a shot that should have been taken with the left foot.
Dave Goot, the player coach. Out of the backfield for Daryl Quinn. Chris Mattingly defending. Elvir Kefedzic. Good ball on the ground for Blake Ardell. Ardell tries to knock it across the goal mouth, looking for Blake Sinclair. Chad Vandegrift on the chase to defend. He gets number 6, Nick Jokai.
Good hustle by Vandegrift, though. I mean, he really covered some ground to close that down.
Closed it down immediately, chased all the way from the left point to the far right wing. Good running from number 21, Chad Vandegrift. Matos, he has 2 so far this evening. Just outside the penalty area, the ambush! And there is his 3rd of the evening. That was a quick release. What a blast into the opposite side netting from number 22. Daniel Martini Matos with his 3rd of the evening and perhaps his best.
All left-footed. That's a quality left foot, and this one was hit with real power. He's got just a little bit too much space here. Quick little move. Boy, and he launches it. Crook might have got a little piece of it, which is why he's so frustrated.
Got a little hand to it.
But Matos has a lot of confidence with that left foot.
Yes, he does. Brilliantly struck by number 22, Daniel Martini Matos.
And accurate.
And that is an equalizer. The Waza Flo draws back level with the home side ambush, 4-4. Plenty in it now. Greg Crook now.
Changes it. The ambush had 4 unanswered goals.
Last touch by the opposition's goalkeeper, Matteo Zani. And a free kick for the ambush at the tip of the penalty area arc.
All right, Daryl's squad usually has something up their sleeve for this situation.
McGregor on with Adamson, Ardell, and Di Maria. Manny Forbes. Yes! Yes, it's there for number 81, Blake Gordell! And he runs the perimeter of the field here at the Family Arena. Nicely struck by number 81, Blake Gordell.
Beautifully executed. Really well coordinated, and what a nice strike as well. Blake Gordell. Well placed, upper corner, still going up.
That's exactly where you had to put that. There's the run of number 81, Blake Gordell, after the goal. That's his 5th goal of the year, Ty. Same play, different angle. Ardell, beautiful finishing, way up high into the opposite side netting. No goalkeeper in the world stopping that.
We'd have to research it, but he might be the only guy in the league from Hawaii.
I think so. 5-4 now for the Steamers. Beautifully done. And a quality ball. You talked about this earlier, Ty.
Yeah.
The quality ball on the ground, not bouncing, right at his feet. He could strike it first time, and that's exactly what he does. 1:47 remaining in this, the 3rd quarter. 5-4 in favor of the ambush. Now the Waza Flo. They're trying to get back into this. They did a moment ago to make it 4-4. Stefan Sanlouis almost cuts it out. Here's Deku, the player coach. He's fouled in the process by number 4, Corey Adamson. Tripped in the open field. Deku says, wait a minute now. It's got to be 2 minutes.
Well, it wasn't when Forbes got taken out the same way at the other end. So there you go. Much more entertaining second half of play, though.
Much more so.
You've got a little seesaw battle going here. The ambush have come out and put 5 goals on the board in the second half.
Oh. Deku directly, and I do mean directly, into number 5, Corey Dow. Woo! So you say you want to stand in the wall.
Oy.
There's a blast. Oh, an equalizer for the Detroit Waza Flo. That's number 30, A.J. Joab. We talked about him earlier. But number 6, Nick Jokai, gets the equalizer for the Detroit Waza Flo. 5-5, Ty.
Yeah, Jokai's just lurking back there. I don't know if this was really on purpose. This is just a shot that ends up being tapped in at the back post, just alertly by Jokai. Here's the shot. It's a shot. It's not a pass. But well positioned. It's a poacher.
Yes, it is.
That's a Tom Malley goal.
That is clearly a shot all the way. And Nick Jokai happened to be standing there to make it 5-5. Kefedjic across the goal mouth. Punch clear by Zani. Here's Cicluna, 1-on-1 with Chad Vandegrift. Di Maria joins to help defensively. Wins in the process. Vandegrift, Di Maria, 1 and 2 touches out of the backfield for David Paul. On the ground for Sinclair. Can he turn? Number 12, O'Dane Sinclair with the ball at his feet.
He's a handful.
Yes, he is. Drew Ducker clears it long for Zach Bowman. David Paul wins it for the ambush. He's tackled and fouled. Nick Jokai makes it 5-5.
How about this run-up by Kefedzik?
He's either going to have a blast or lay it off. He tried to find O'Dane Sinclair. It breaks loose all the way to David Paul. Plays his goalkeeper, Greg Crook. 30 seconds left in this, the third quarter, 5 apiece. The ambush in the Waza Flo. Here's Elvir Kefedzik. Bodies off that last defender for Richard Schmierman. Schmierman gets forward on the dribble, but he fouls to do so. So a free kick from Detroit coming out of their own end. This all got started by Manny Forbes in the absolute outset of the second half.
With a head ball.
He made it 2-1. Corey Dowell made it 2-2. Now it's just been Powder River from then out. 5 apiece now for Detroit in the ambush. Oh, that's a horrible foul. By the player coach, number 10, Deku. He fouls Elvir Kefedzik in the open field. Just as he was letting the ball run, he was going to go chase it. He's fouled in the process. Here it is again, Ty. There's no question whatsoever.
No argument. Whoa.
Oh, man.
It's a half an hour late.
That is really late. So just 5.7 remaining in this, the third quarter. This is real simple. Send it as long as possible. Maybe it rebounds to the feet of one of your forwards.
Yeah, we just sent Petch up for this one.
Yeah, positively. Okay, number 4.
Clear some space.
Get forward. You get 5.7 seconds to do something. Get it done. If we want, maybe we'll send Sam Bick up there with you too. There is the goalkeeper, Greg Crook. He's just going to send this long into the penalty area of the Detroit Waza Flo and see what happens. This is a hit and hope. And, of course, moving it away from the board so he can strike it with his right a bit more comfortably. Assistant coach Dominic Cicluna wants to talk with the referee, Brian Martin, as Greg Crook awaits. There's Drew Ducker. He has scored this evening, scored the second goal of the game. That's Cicluna talking with the referee, Brian Martin.
Can't be complaining about the foul.
Certainly
unless
can't.
they're giving him a major. I mean that was bad enough. They made the game
yes.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
It looks like there's only 2 up on the scoreboard.
There you see it. It's all right in front of you. 5.7 remaining. 5-5. Sends it long. Rebounds. Well, it should have rebounded off the near post boards, but it did not. And there goes the buzzer to conclude this, the third quarter. It concludes 5-5 as the ambush got back in this tie immediately at the outset of the third quarter. But now the Detroit Waza Flo visitors, they're right back in it as well.
Yeah, the pressure, though, really is still on the ambush. They don't have a home victory this year. Right now they've made a nice comeback. They looked a little bit unlucky in the first half. They trailed 2-0 at halftime. Come out and scored 5 goals in the second half. But now they have to get the business done. Get it done and get the 3-point win at home.
0.3 seconds remaining. We were a bit premature with the buzzer. Now that finally concludes the third quarter. Concludes at the score of 5-5.
It's also better to see the ambush actually make one of those set plays count for a goal, because they were so close in the first half with 2 or 3 set pieces. It just failed to click. Here, that most recent goal by the ambush, a really well-executed set piece.
That was really nice, and Blake Gardell capitalized. He contributes, he now has 5 goals for the ambush. Does number 81, Blake Gardell. That's number 14, the assistant coach, Dominic Cicluna, talking with the referee, Brian Martin, evidently about the last foul. Or where there might be a decent barber, because his has evidently been out of town for a couple weeks. Ambush talking over in between this break between the third and fourth quarters. The assistant coach standing on the bench over there, that's Joe Smugala. Throw the ball in the Gatorade bucket in the back of the Punman Ford truck. Can anybody be successful doing this?
What do you get?
I think some tickets for an upcoming home game, which
you don't get the truck?
No, I don't think so. They're not. The ambush is not that benevolent. There's the Waza Flo, yellow, green, yellow. Ambush all in black tonight. Yeah. 5-5.
Detroit trying to look like Scott Gallagher teams of old. Tommy Howe era.
Yep. So the St. Louis Ambush, they'll be back in action here at the Family Arena on Sunday to conclude, just about conclude the holiday season. It's the 28th of December against the San Diego Sockers. We then mentioned they start 2015, the 3rd of January, here at the Family Arena against the Missouri Comets. Then travel to Wichita, the 10th of January, to play Wichita, the Wichita B-52s, not the Wichita Wings. Then they go out of town again on the 16th, Friday the 16th, to play the Missouri Comets. So 3 road games for the Ambush to begin the 2015 calendar. The 10th against Wichita, the 16th against Missouri, the 17th against Wichita. So back-to-back games against Missouri and Wichita that Friday and Saturday, the 16th and 17th of January. That's a difficult ask. Play 2 indoor games right behind each other. Ambush players now talking about what they have to do to be successful in this fourth quarter and get that win at home.
That's right. The good guys are in black tonight.
Yet another one of the teams that was honored prior to the Ambush game tonight. Various state championship teams.
Got their medals on.
They
That's
do.
Awesome, yeah.
All the young girls teams. All the girls on the team that I coached last year, Ty, the under-18 team for St. Louis Scott Gallagher with Tony Grasso, they've all been saying, boy, we should have listened to you. We didn't know how different it was going to be. They're freshmen in college.
Yeah.
This is like a job, they all say.
Yeah, fitness. It is.
If you're getting paid money.
When I coached the men's team at Wash U, the girls' team, some say, "Oh, we want you to coach us." I go, "No, you don't want me to coach you guys." "Oh, yeah, we want you to coach." No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You're gonna run about 3 times more than you've been running in the practices I've been watching.
Hey, they're still around here at Sombrero/Big Hat Day. 5-5. Ambush still on the power play to begin this fourth and final quarter. Blake Gardell, Elvira Kafedzic, Ross McGregor, Stefan Saint-Louis, and number 5, Corey Dow. When you put his name on the score sheet, on the players you're going to play, you know what kind of an effort you're going to get from Corey Dow and Chris Manningly and Chad Vandegrift coming out of the backfield, along with number 11, Richard Schmerman. This is Dow with a blast. Hits the face of the crossbar. What a great lift-footed effort by number 5, Corey Dow.
Yeah, he rocked
Again,
the bar.
Perhaps the same!
Why not?
Just a little bit higher this time. Great control, great accuracy with that number 5 by Corey Dow. 10 goals, 5 assists last season for number 5, Corey Dow. St. Louis player from Bayless High School. This is Stefan Saint-Louis. On the dribble in the center circle. Again for Corey Dow. And why not have a go? Blake Ardell with a shot. Saved by the goalkeeper.
Hey, you've got the man advantage. Take those shots. We need somebody following up for the rebounds, though.
Stefan Saint-Louis. This one blocked by number 27, Sam Fiore. Falls from number 5, Corey Dow. Have a go. Kafedzic for Dow. At the right point, it's Stefan Saint-Louis. Saint-Louis for Ross McGregor off the near post boards, looking for Ardell. Defending is the goalkeeper, Matteo Zani. He's just going to send it long into the penalty box.
I'll put it at the top of the arc.
That goes directly to the top of the arc. That was not Jamie Swanner accuracy. So at the tip of the penalty area arc now for the St. Louis Ambush. Excellent opportunity to get forward now with a set play of some sort here with the man advantage. Matteo Zani, the goalkeeper. Eli Crook has been excellent so far this evening. Kafedzic with the blast. Over the top of the crossbar. Blake Ardell couldn't turn with it. Long ball sent for number 30. Yes, it's there! Playing short-handed, number 30, A.J. Joab puts Detroit on top by a score of 6-5. In the open field, playing with one less player, number 30, A.J. Joab. What a great goal.
He gets those long strides going. There's the steal. He's onto it. Look at that strides. Look at that placement on the shot. Beautiful goal.
He is quick, and as you mentioned, Ty, in the open field with those strides, he is immediately in behind that last defender.
Yeah, they broke quickly, didn't they?
They really did. Out of the backfield immediately. 6-5, a go-ahead now.
Well, you see if the Ambush can bounce back psychologically here. Anytime you give up a shorthanded goal, it takes a while to get your head screwed back on the right way.
Now, Stefan Saint-Louis.
Still with the man advantage.
For Corey Dow. Corey Dow again with a blast! And yes, it's there! That was surely to come from number 5, Corey Dow. What a tremendous equalizer from number 5, Corey Dow. Beautiful, deadly, clinical finishing with his left foot.
Well, he had already rocked the crossbar earlier in this power play. St. Louis shifts it over to him. He's got the space. And look how far out he is. I mean, that's so much confidence. And that ball was still gaining speed, I think, when it hit the back of the net.
A blast from Corey Dow. That makes it 6-6. Yet another tie. That's the player coach, Deku, still talking about what is transpiring in the penalty box.
The teams are even strength.
They are now.
I think that was such a bad challenge.
Yeah, yes,
He's got to major himself before he can re-enter, I guess. They still have a man in the penalty.
Right, and that is Deku. Exactly, Ty.
He can't play, but his team no longer has to play short because the goal was scored.
Zekluna looking for Fiore. This is Nick Jokai. He scored so far this evening. Cut out nicely, rebounded off the near post boards by the goalkeeper Greg Crook. Rebounds it off the boards so that Sinclair can get his body in there. He does just that. Turns just beyond the center circle. Number 12, O'Dane Sinclair. Chad Vandergriff for Di Maria. Crook. Ray Crook, who played in the St. Louis Scott Gallagher organization. Likewise at SIU Edwardsville. Just 3 games last year for Greg Crook. Tried to find O'Dane Sinclair. Cut out by Fiore. Daniel Martini Matos. He has 3 so far for Detroit. He's fouled on the turn. Free kick for Detroit with 12:42 remaining. 6-6 here at the Family Arena. I'm Bill McDermott alongside his Ty Keogh. We're the Gateway Network, bringing you St. Louis Ambush soccer from the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. The home venue for the St. Louis Ambush. Matos for Bowman. Bowman with the outside of his right. Gets it forward. Zane Pollock. Pollock across the goal mouth. Greg Crook alertly cuts that out. And on the distribution, looking for Blake Gardell. He's fouled. Foul was set up by the referee. Holding on number 31, Chris Williams. Vandegrift for Richard Schmerman. Chad Vandegrift at left point on this defensive setup for Blake Gardell. Sending it towards the right wing corner flag. Rebounds directly to the feet of Ardell. Schmerman off on the change. Vandegrift for Di Maria. Likewise, Chad goes off. Jeff Di Maria playing his first game this year for the home side St. Louis Ambush. For Blake Gardell. Tried to play it to himself.
Yeah, he fouled behind the play there.
Yep.
But having Di Maria, I think, adds an
Yes.
entirely new dimension. I think it gives confidence to the whole team, especially the players that play at the back with him.
Yep. The balls are out of the back. They're out early. They're on the ground. They're at people's feet.
Yep.
The ball's where you can play it. This is A.J. Joeb. Can't turn. David Paul from the Ambush. Back for Chris Mattingly. Slowing the tempo down just a bit now is number 6, Mattingly. Looking for Stefan Sanlouis. This is Matteo Zani. Is this a scenario tie where last goal wins?
There's still plenty of time. We're talking more than 11 minutes to go. I think these teams are capable each of scoring a couple goals in those last 11 minutes. So I think it'll take more than one goal to win it.
Seems like it. Cicluna. Schmerman defending. Plays his goalkeeper, Greg Crook. Kafedzic in his own backfield. Rebounded alertly by the goalkeeper, Greg Crook. Falls to the feet of Ross McGregor.
Nice control.
Very nicely done by McGregor. Sinclair in the open field!
Yes!
O'Dane Sinclair! O'Dane Sinclair! From Ross McGregor, from the goalkeeper. Alert work from Greg Crook on the clearance.
Second quality assist by McGregor, but really an excellent finish by Sinclair, though. It was a quick little turn by McGregor first, and then Sinclair gets into the open, and he's got either corner to shoot at. He picks it out perfectly.
Too much time in the open field afforded number 12, O'Dane Sinclair. We mentioned it earlier. He had 12 goals, 12 assists last year. Number 12, O'Dane Sinclair puts the Ambush on top by a score of 7-6. Beautiful work by Ross McGregor yet again, and an alert clearance by the goalkeeper, Greg Crook. O'Dane Sinclair gets just his second goal of the year, Ty. Second goal, 3 assists, so he's going to have to go some in these last 15 games to get to 12 goals, 12 assists.
Well, he's more of a known quantity. I think last year,
Very much so.
As a rookie, they didn't know what he had. They maybe didn't pay as much attention to him. Defenders and teams are paying a lot more attention to him now. It's made it tougher for him.
Greg Crook, who, as you mentioned, is good with his feet. However, he gives it away this time. It bounces directly back to him into his own penalty area, and now he plays it on the distribution with the toss.
Nice.
Good ball for Blake Ardell. The early ball for the run of Corey Dow. He tried to knock it back with his heel. Looking for Ardell. Di Maria defending. Out of the backfield by Quinn. Detroit can't get forward with the ball at anybody's feet. Now it's Jeff Di Maria at left point now in this defensive setup for the St. Louis Ambush. It's not on to go forward. Plays his goalkeeper, Greg Crook. Corey Adamson turns it with the outside of his left to get forward. Fouled in the process. Nicely drew a foul there, did a number 4, Corey Adamson, just because of the way he received the ball. Very nicely done.
Oh, no. Descent.
Yeah, descent to the assistant coach, number 14, Dominic Cicluna. That's what Brian Martin's going over right now. That's the call. Referee Brian Martin had heard enough from number 14, Dominic Cicluna. And the player coach, number 10.
So both coaches are in the penalty box.
Deku is going to be in the penalty box until the next away game when Detroit visits here at the Family Arena.
It was an ugly tackle. They put him in the penalty area. Put him in the penalty box.
So Cicluna and Deku. Deku, the head coach, Cicluna, the assistant coach, as Ty just pointed out, both in the penalty box now. 7-6, 9:44 remaining. You can see that. Ambush now with yet an excellent opportunity for an insurance goal here. Get it forward on the free kick. DeMarie is on now at the left point. With Mattingly. Ray Crook sends it long, looking for Stefan Sanlouis. Finds him on the rebound at the near post boards. Adamson can't get on to the rebound. Good goalkeeping again from Matteo Zani.
Yeah, Adamson just couldn't get that ball to drop in front of him.
Yeah. Ejoelab. He scored a wonderful goal just moments ago. Make it 6-5. Corey Dow with a blast.
He matched it.
Made it 6-6. That
Yeah.
was an absolute blast.
Yeah, both quality strikes.
Joe Reiniger-esque for number 5, Corey Dow. Left point with his left foot. How many times did Joe Reiniger do that? Chad Vandergriff now for the ambush. Looking long for Stefan Sanlouis. Matos back for Detroit to help out. Here he is again, the man who has 3 goals tonight for the Detroit Waza Flo. With confidence by Detroit to play in their own penalty area to get it out of the backfield. They do just that. Drew Ducker. Good defending from David Paul.
Nasty challenge. Yep, another penalty.
Number 16, David Paul. He's fouled. Let's watch this play again, Ty.
Yeah, this could be a serious injury, to tell you the truth. Watch this. Wham!
That is a horrible challenge from number 28, Erwin Cruz. If I'm refereeing,
Yeah, that could be a red card.
the penalty box is no home for him.
Yeah.
Just get on the bus.
The shower. Yeah.
That was a horrible foul. Here's yet another angle for that foul. David Paul, he cuts this ball out.
He wins
Then
the ball
he's
clearly.
challenged.
Yeah.
Intentional, late, horrible, however you want to term it, from number 28, Erwin Cruz.
It's getting awfully crowded in that penalty box.
Very. So 8:56 remaining. Ambush on top for a score of 7-6. Cicluna, Deku, Cruz in the penalty box for the Detroit Waza Flo. Number 5, Corey Dow. He tied it moments ago to make it 6-6 with a splendid left-footed blast from the left point. There's Elvira Kefedzic. Back for Greg Crook. Stefan Sanlouis. Kefedzic. On the ground for Corey Dow.
Ooh.
Just wide of the opposite post. He's deadly with that left foot. Is number 5, Dahl. Kefedzic at the tip on the point. And this man advantage. It's a dangerous ball there by Stefan Sanlouis. Across the goal mouth, anything can happen. A redirection by your own teammate, ideally.
Well, Ordell's been parking at that back post. He's ready for a tap-in.
Free kick, the early free kick. Tim Bull said it was too early. Kefedzic was going to hit that first time. Ambush on top by a score of 7-6. A minute 12 seconds remaining in the power play. 8:07 in this, the fourth quarter. The home side's Ambush on top by a score of 7-6. Odie and Sinclair provided that last margin. Kefedzic. Sanlouis. Dow. Will he have a go? Decides to keep it. Loses it on the dribble. Fouls in the process. Possession turns over to Detroit on this free kick.
Yeah, I thought the way he's been shooting with that left foot, I thought it was on again.
Yep, sure seemed to be.
Yep.
Goes long all the way to the goalkeeper. Greg Crook back for Corey Dow. Still with the man advantage, the St. Louis Ambush. Man advantage, 1 goal advantage. Stefan Saint-Louis for Corey Dow. Rebounds off the boards, back to his feet. This is Kefedzic. Good defending there, almost on the open field again, was number 30, Ojai Loeb. He scored prior on a similar play. Kefedzic running things at the tip of this power play. Saint-Louis on the ground for McGregor. Ross McGregor makes another good choice. Corey Dow.
They got to get a ball in deep. They got to get one in deep.
Get it in deep to the target man.
Yep.
Make that last defender play. Somebody show in the penalty area, close to the goalkeeper. Kefedzic for Dow. That's a ball in deeper. Ardell on a turn. Hit it first time. There it is, Ardell! That blocked. And number 18, Zane Pollock. In the open field again. Good use of his body on the tackle by Stefan Saint-Louis. Against Ojai Loeb. Kefedzic for Dow. On the ground for, ooh, tried a 1-2, did Blake Ardell with Corey Dow. Be careful in the open field by number 30, Ojai Loeb. Looking for another equalizer. He did it moments ago. Fiore loses it on the dribble. Coming out of his own backfield. As number 5, Corey Dow attempted to do so, loses it to Drew Ducker. Ducker scored much earlier in this game. This is Bowman. Foul whistled up against number 81, Blake Ardell, against the run of number 13, Drew Ducker there. Free kick for the Detroit Waza Flo. Just over 6 minutes remaining. The Ambush looking for their second victory of the year. They come in 1-4 here. Two men in the wall. Ardell, Dowles to the opposite post. Jokai. There's a blast from way out by number 30, Ojai Loeb.
Well, the Ambush on the power play, not that convincing, really. They gave up a shorthanded goal. They failed to score in the first half on a power play opportunity. Here they've had 3 different Detroit players in the penalty box over the last 6 or 7 minutes, and it's they've not really created what they need to create on those types of power plays. They need to get more. They were playing the ball in the perimeter all the time, and they didn't get the ball in deep and get the defenders turned.
Knock it around, get it in deep to that last striker who's got his back to play. He can either receive, turn, and shoot, lay it off, and somebody can run to hit it first time. But you're right, Ty. The ball in on the ground early to that striker.
When it's out on that perimeter, it's easy for the defenders.
Yes.
It's all out in front of them.
When it gets in tight, it's more difficult for the goalkeeper. And Slobo used to always tell me he wanted plays out in front of him as far as possible.
So he could get a look at the ball. Yeah.
When he got troublesome was when it was in deep.
Yeah.
There's the Ambush bench. Darryl Duran, dark blue shirt behind them. Joe Smagala with the clipboard behind them. 7-6, the Ambush on top. 6 minutes exactly remaining in this, the fourth and final quarter. There's a Chaminade shirt and a Bayern Munich shirt. I don't know if there's any similarity.
I saw Wayne Rooney here earlier, too.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And Van Persie. There's Manny Forbes. Can he get a ball in the open field and run at some people? That's where he's terribly difficult to defend. So beginning with 6 minutes left, it's Vandergriff, Di Maria defensively. Corey Dow, O'Dane Sinclair, Manny Forbes. Long ball for O'Dane Sinclair. Coming out of the backfield, Sinclair is fouled. He draws so many fouls, Ty.
Right in front of the referee. But what Sinclair does is he gets his body in there between the defender and the ball. And he's either going to muscle them and turn them, or they're going to have to foul him.
This is Manny Forbes for the ambush.
Forbes is very quick, but he also has tremendous balance. They hit him, and he doesn't go down. He keeps moving, and he keeps
it nicely.
Keeps upright.
Di Maria receives, turns, plays, goes off on a change. On ball from Greg Crook, looking for Odin Sinclair. It bounces oddly off the plexiglass. And the foul whistled up against the ambush. Free kick for the Waza Flo. 5:23 remaining. A thin margin of advantage. 7-6 for the ambush. Vandegrift and Schmerman defending. Sinclair still on with Forbes and Corey Dow. Out of the backfield defending was Chad Vandegrift. Chasing it down is Matos. He has 3 so far for Detroit. Sinclair has that 7th goal, and that's where it stands right now for the ambush. 7-6, they're on top. Long ball sent forward by Zach Bowman. Looking for number 22, Daniel Martini Matos from Rio de Janeiro. Forbes tried to dribble and get out of his own backfield. Lost it on the dribble to number 31, Chris Williams. And O.J. Loeb whistled up for the foul. I think both players are going off.
Yep.
Richard Schmerman and A.J. Loeb. A.J. Joeb, excuse me. So they will both go off. Referee Brian Martin alongside of Richard Schmerman. Tim Boole alongside of A.J. Joeb.
Referees, I think, have a pretty good handle on this match. I mean, they had to crowd the Detroit penalty box for a little while there, but I think they've got it all under control. Still concerned about David Paul's injury. It looked like a nasty collision on that last penalty situation for Detroit. David Paul barely got off under his own power. I mean,
he was hurt, no question.
Limping severely, yeah.
So back to play with 4:30 remaining in this, the fourth quarter. Can the ambush hold on for their first home victory in this 2014-15 season? Chad Vandegrift on the change, comes back out. He's on the right point defensively, playing alongside of Corey Dahl. This is Blake Ardell. It breaks loose for Dahl with another blast. Number 5, Corey Dahl.
Yeah, he wishes he had that one back, doesn't he? Just didn't get over it.
That is clearly his area on the field from which to shoot. He did it earlier with the blast, and Dominic Cicluna finally gets out of the penalty box. Matteo Zani there, the goalkeeper for the Detroit Waza Flo. Gets the play back and under for Cicluna. Stefan Sanlouis almost runs this ball down. Long ball for Cicluna. Out of the backfield for number 6, Nick Jokai. Jokai for Detroit. Keeps it nicely on the dribble. Chad Vandegrift momentarily clipped it away, but it falls to the goalkeeper, Zani. Chris Williams for Detroit on the dribble. 2-3 step overs. Now back for Drew Ducker. Now the extra man comes on as an attacker. It's number 4, Daryl Quinn.
Ooh, pretty good stop there by Crook.
Crook right to the feet of number 6, Nick Jokai. So this remaining 3:32 will be played with an extra man, at least for a little while. Let's see what transpires here as Detroit is down by a score of 7-6. The man right there with the ball at his feet, the extra attacker, that is number 4, Daryl Quinn. He's on for Matteo Zani. Quinn inside the center circle on the dribble from Matos. Let's see how deadly Detroit can be playing with the extra attacker. And there is the extra attacker, Daryl Quinn for Matos. Matos at the right point here. Quinn gets forward.
Here we go.
Ducker loses it. Jeff DiMaria, the right idea at the right time. Manningly defending. Matos across the goal mouth. He was looking for number 10, the player coach, Deku. Deku tries to slot it in between Jeff DiMaria. Can't quite do so. Jeff wins the ball defensively. Plays it off the boards for O'Dane Sinclair. On the turn, Sinclair lays it off for Manny Forbes.
He wants it back.
Forbes, almost O'Dane Sinclair won that open field tackle. Forbes continue to play. Chris Williams getting forward from out of the backfield for Detroit. A.J. Joab leaves it. This is Joke guy.
Mata's left
Matos.
foot. Watch his left.
Be careful. The toe poke just wide of the opposite post.
That was inches.
Likewise cleared with a toe poke by Chad Vandegrift. He did that early, did Chad Vandegrift. Just a little bit over 2 minutes remaining. And the visitors, the Detroit Waza Flo, playing with that extra attacker. It's Darryl Quinn. This is Nick Joka for Ross McGregor from the goalkeeper. Jokai back for Quinn.
Here we go. We need an empty netter here.
On the change, almost losing it on the change, was the Detroit Waza Flo. Now Pollock goes forward. This is Quinn for Williams. On the ground to the feet of the striker. Defending once again is number 21, Chad Vandegrift.
Vandegrift's had an outstanding
Yes, he
match.
has. Yeah.
He's won so many loose balls. He's tracked back. He's been in the right place so many times defensively, and he's been very good in possession as well.
And that's what Darryl wants him to do first.
Yep.
Defend first. If it had the chance, if the opportunity presents it to get forward, go ahead and do so. Defend first. So at the tip of the penalty area, and this is going to be a timeout called by Drew Ducker, who's about to strike that. We knew full well he wasn't going to strike that. So timeout with 1:30 remaining. Detroit Waza Flo will have a free kick at the tip of the penalty area arc. 7-6 in favor of the home side. St. Louis Ambush. Darryl Duran designing what he wants his team to do defensively and what he probably thinks is going to happen on this free kick play by the Detroit Waza Flo with 1:30 remaining.
Pressure's on here. Get a home victory.
Get that home victory. Get back a bit into the Central Division standings. The Ambush enters tonight's game 1-4.
Get some momentum going too, because you want to have your team system in place as you go into the second half of the season, especially when you have to play Kansas City as many times.
3 times San Diego, their next home game.
Yeah.
So you're going to be seeing some real class of the league in these incoming teams. And as Ty just alluded to, 3 games. 3 games upcoming very quickly in a short span of time with the Missouri Comets, who are 7-0 right now and really having their way with the Central Division, and for that matter, the entire league.
So you want to have your team system down. You want to have some confidence, too, in your ability to close out games just like this. This is critical, this next 90 seconds.
Can you close out a home game? That music you hear in the background, another promo, yes, folks, for the mascot game. Fredberg, the Billikens, the Bushwhacker, all to make appearance.
How about Captain Steamer?
He may make a reappearance. So Fiore, Cicluna, the extra attacker, standing on the goal line as Drew Ducker lines up behind his free kick. Just rebounds off the near post, boards, another one just wide of the near post. A third shot on the rebound, Greg Crook covers up. Beautifully done by the goalkeeper, Greg Crook. Here's a long ball, will it curve? It curves ever so slightly. Stefan Saint-Louis at Ross McGregor, can he get an 8th? Matos, good defending. It's really all happening now.
McGregor, I don't know. He thought maybe he should have taken it on the first or second touch. Once he took the third touch, the defenders were scrambling back to cover.
They were going to close.
Yeah. Of course, he just didn't want to just hit it haphazardly and miss the target either.
There's the player coach, Steku. Another new attacker, extra attacker. Quinn's now off. Okay, comes on. Now Detroit gets forward. This is Jokai from Matos. Jokai!
Nice
Greg
save.
Crook got his hand to it on the bicycle. Cicluna at the near post. Greg Crook has it. Another long ball. Could it be? Just wide of that opposite post. Good toss from Greg Crook, who's been superlative here late in the game in this final quarter. 28.2 seconds remaining. Some of the anxious state champions look on. Another free kick at the tip of the penalty area arc for the visiting Detroit Waza Flo, right at the middle of the yellow line. Through Ducker for Matos. Just past Cicluna, the outstretched left foot of Cicluna. For Deku, the player coach. Matos, can he get a fourth? Defending very nicely was Mattingly. Good work by the ambush.
Mattingly saved the day there just by good positioning and good anticipation.
Bushwhacker, he's getting ready for that mascot game tonight. 17 seconds remaining. This is Greg Crook.
Well, nail-biting time almost over here.
Sends it long, high, into the center circle. Quinn back on as the extra attacker.
11 seconds.
Sinclair leaves it for Ducker, and he's going to be showing a yellow card. He tossed the ball away when it was a free kick for the Detroit Waza Flo, and O'Dane Sinclair has to know better than that.
Yeah, well, at least we're not a man down. It's
Precisely.
just for dissent.
Yes. So Quinn and Jokai alternating as that extra attacker with 11.4 seconds remaining. And this is key, Ty. Can the ambush close out a home game?
And Detroit again pulled the goalkeeper.
Matos for Ducker. Ducker the long ball. Trying to find Fiore. Here's a player coach. He's fouled getting forward by Stefan San Luis. Another free kick for Detroit. Just outside the penalty area arc. Deku won that free kick. This will be a dead ball for the Detroit Waza Flo with 3.8 seconds remaining. Greg Crook, watch out for the dead ball here. Rebounded off the near post boards for Cicluna. Good clear by Chris Mattingly. And there goes the whistle. And that is the first home win for the St. Louis Ambush in the 2014-15 season over the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. Your final score, 7-6, Taikio.
Another big defensive play there by Chris Mattingly on that very last play of the match. And yeah, this hopefully some momentum, some confidence for the ambush going forward. A home victory. We talked about it. They needed to get some momentum going. The return of Di Maria, huge, I think, in terms of the overall capacity of the other players to mesh, because he gives confidence out of the back. And really, I think an important, Vandegrift played well overall. Mattingly played very well right at the end there as well. And McGregor, 2 excellent assists in this game to create big goals for the ambush.
So a total, complete effort by the St. Louis Ambush as they defeat the visiting Detroit Waza Flo. You just heard moments ago the voice of Ty Keogh. I'm Bill McDermott saying good night. We'll see you on the 28th of December as the San Diego Sockers come in town here at the Family Arena to play the St. Louis Ambush. 7-6 the final. Good night, everybody, from the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri.
Right, fire,